Now, I just put up a post about Pepsi that's getting lots of attention on my page. But what I want to talk about is these bots, these bot farms. Because when you get a post like that, and you can go see it, there is a ton of action well above normal levels. So there's a lot of energy going on there. And what it's meant to do is it draws people in. So it draws real humans in. And you'll see that there's lots of laugh emojis about the Pepsi post. Tons, a lot more than I've ever seen before on any one post. Now, if you go to any page that is putting down the laugh emoji, you're going to see some patterns. It becomes obvious if you were to just investigate 20 of these laugh emojis, you'll see 70%, not all of them, but the vast majority of them, at least 70%, are profiles that have 20 to 30 people. And I would assume that these are what we call bots. They are designed to psychologically manipulate real people as to the credibility of any post. Because you can even see my own friends and my friends and followers they're feeling bad because I'm getting, sort of crushed with all these laugh emojis, and they're feeling the group pressure. And that's what these bots are for. And again, the bots are sort of easy to pick out. If you go to their pages, they have like between 2 and 30 friends. And another sort of pattern on a bot page is a charity drive. So they figured out a way to sort of trick a lot of people. And what they do is these bots are all connected through various algorithms to swarm certain posts to look like it's a big group not agreeing, they're disagreeing with the post. And it's there to use the psychology of what's called the Ash conformity experiment. And there's been many other experiments like this proving that humans really are afraid of the bigger herd. So if you can get so many laugh emojis going on, you can sort of sway the crowd. And you'll notice that the bot army, and it's not all of them. Basically, if you see a comment, because bots aren't good at commenting. What they are good is just putting an emoji. That's what the bots are good for. And there are bots that sort of access a line of memes. So you'll see either the laugh emoji put in, or you'll see the bot sort of go and pick a meme to discourage people from believing the post. And they really don't want to believe the bots and the people who write the algorithms for the bots and the people sort of controlling this kind of activity doesn't want anybody really believing that post. Now, there are about 30% of the laugh emojis that are absolutely real. You'll see that they have friends or follower lists in the hundreds range, and they're very bound to comment and voice their displeasure with the post. And that's how you know it's most likely not a bot, because bots aren't good at posting a comment. They're good at laying down a laugh emoji. They're good at sort of using a discouraging meme that's very close in association with the post they want to discourage. But again, what they're doing is using the weaponized psychology of group pressure. Now, I've talked about that group pressure psychology in my speech at the European Parliament in Brussels, and I've also talked about group pressure in my talk at the Palace of the Parliament in Bucharest at the Romanian Parliament, and I'm going to Washington, D.C. in 2 weeks to sort of talk about this, not the same issues, but this sort of weaponized psychology that was used against the public during the COVID operation. So if you think everything else is fake, even the reactions to posts are fake and fabricated, just like most everything, just like the WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, and they will put people in the crowd when you go to a wrestling match, if it's one of those big matches, there's definitely some people put in the crowd, and they are there to sway the emotional reactions of the other people, to start booing or start cheering. It's really easy to manipulate group pressure inside a crowd. There's a separate set of psychological rules for the group as opposed to individuals. And so just so that people know, even if they were all real, I couldn't give two shits. The posts are going to keep going. And you should really look at that Pepsi post, because they don't want you looking at that. So the more of these laugh emojis you get, the more negative reactions of the algorithms, the more they try and use the swarm group pressure mentality. And again, it's not all the laugh emojis on there. You just go to the pages. You'll know what's fake and what's real. The fake ones, again, 2 to 30 followers, generic posts, charity drive here and there. That seems to be the basic program that they're using. But no, they're not all fake. There's some great comments and great reactions to the Pepsi post by real people, of course, that just basically have nothing else to do with their time, and they're not really making anything of themselves. They're not very successful people, because if you're really successful, you don't go to other people's pages and lay down comments. You really don't. I don't lay down any comments on anybody else's post. It might happen. It might be once. It'll be encouraging if I do, and if it is discouraging, it might be once every 4 months. It might be on the World Economic Forum post or something like that. So just go find that Pepsi post. It'll be pretty obvious. It's on fire with a tsunami of laugh emojis, and understand 70% of those reactions are fake. But they're there for a reason. They're there to psychologically manipulate you, to cast doubt on you even thinking that the Pepsi post is real. They don't want you thinking. They want you afraid. They want you afraid to think. They want you afraid to see what's right in front of your eyes, because what I said about Pepsi is right there in plain sight. And if you start seeing the stuff that's in plain sight, this ruling group, they're in big trouble, and they know it. So they don't want you using your eyes that God gave you and the brain that God gave you, because their job is to make you unable to use your brain and your eyes. So go take a look at it. If you want more information like this, get on my private email list. Email me at info@jchristoff.com. That's single initial J, and Christoph is Christ with an OFF on the end. This is Jason Christoff signing off. Thanks for listening.